this cat has a mean streak. That's a good thing.
Well, in the years past, people who've come to know and love Jaguar knew that we were sort of a vintage, classic British brand with burled walnut and Connolly leather, and there was a sense of royalty and regalness about the cars and the drivers. And we played that hand for about 30 years, and it worked for a while, but frankly, today's luxury car buyers want modern, aggressive, sporty styling. And so we made a decision to get back to being beautiful, fast cars, which meant being innovative, having breakthrough designs that really look like, when you drive this car, you feel like you're well dressed on a Sunday afternoon going out for a good time.
Stuart Shore is the Vice President of Communications and Public Affairs for Jaguar Land Rover North America.
Well, we think it's sexy. We think it's sexy in the sort of the way that James Bond is sexy, but the new James Bond is a little tougher, a little more aggressive, but he's got that confidence about him that's based on ability. And you buy a Jaguar because you want a beautiful, fast car. There's a lot of good cars out there, and every luxury car has its own personality and feel, whether it's BMW or Mercedes. It's like putting on a different suit of clothes. Some guys like Armani, some people like Calvin Klein. So they're all great cars, but we think this car has a certain modern, edgy feeling of success about it when you get inside of a Jaguar today.
Cool and edgy are definitely two words to describe the 2010 Jaguar XFR. When you turn on the XFR, the shifter floats up out of the console. It's a dial, which is of course unique.
You get in the car, and even before you sit down, you see the push start button pulsating with a red light going on and off, and it's welcoming you into the car. It's a sense of excitement.
Yeah, about those flashing red lights, you might see a lot of them if you buy this car. The 510 horsepower engine will push you back in your seat even at cruising speeds. You might want to make sure you have your lawyer on speed dial, and I don't mean the one who handles mergers and acquisitions, the other one who can represent you in traffic court. While we're on the topic of lawyers, I have a feeling it was someone in the legal department at Jaguar who suggested an errata note to the owner's manual. The loose sheet of paper explains how to turn off this ferocious feline in an emergency. You can either hold in the start-stop button for a few seconds or tap it twice within 2 seconds to cut the engine. We were channeling Dr. Darwin when we tried it at night. The engine turned off, but so did the headlights, and the interior lights came on. It wasn't the smartest thing we've ever done while driving in the dark. Knocking the Jaguar into neutral if there's an emergency is easy but kind of odd. You just turn the stainless steel dial from drive to neutral. It's probably something you would get used to if you own the vehicle. Speaking of ownership, Jaguar owners used to be a really loyal bunch, even back when the electrical supplier for Jaguar was referred to as the Prince of Darkness.
You know, we've got a checkered past, the Jaguar Land Rover, in that issue. Most of that is really behind us. We actually build probably as high quality cars we ever have.
The fit and finish of the Jaguar XFR we tested was excellent. The only problem we found is that you really have to slam the trunk to make sure that not only is it closed, the sensor knows it's closed and doesn't keep flashing on the dash that the trunk is open. Also, the glove box only opens when you touch a certain target on the wood, but you have to touch it from the correct direction. In other words, if your finger approaches it from the wrong angle, your glove compartment won't open. By the way, have you ever put gloves in your glove compartment? Calling it a glove box reminds me of a more elegant time. As a matter of fact, Jaguar says from the time you open the door, it's a theatrical experience.
It's an entertaining experience to be inside of a Jaguar, whether it be from the shifter knob that rises up from the console, or the air vents that flip open when you turn the car on, or the bright work around the car with the chrome, the light blue lighting coming out, emanating from underneath the seats. It's really it's an entertaining experience to drive a Jaguar today.
India was a British colony until Gandhi led the non-violent movement which won independence from the Crown in 1947. Now, both Jaguar and Land Rover are owned by an Indian company.
Jaguar Land Rover is an independent company now owned by Tata Motors, which is a global conglomerate based out of India. They're a company that owns telecommunications firms, construction firms, steel. They have a car company. They really are a global powerhouse company. And they've bought Jaguar Land Rover and said to the company, you are now a standalone, independent British car company. We're going to give you the resources you need and help you with the management that you need but we're going to give you the tools to succeed as a British car company. And now the company feels extremely empowered, and they're focused right on making distinct, unique luxury vehicles out of England.
The 510 horsepower Jaguar XFR gets 15 miles per gallon in the city and 21 on the highway. Jaguar is proud of the fact that none of its vehicles have a gas guzzler tax. The 0 to 60 speed of the XFR is 4.7 seconds. The XFR starts at a little over 79 grand. The prices tested, including a really good adaptive cruise control system, was exactly $80,000. I'm Grant Winter reporting.